Let's do a quick study group on how petty and childish not only how Donald Trump is and can be, but also how it's bled into his administration. There was a report.
That Amazon was considering showing the impact of tariffs on its website, by which I mean adjusting its prices to show exactly what portion of it was due to the tariff.
And you know what? I think that was kind of petty of Jeff Bezos to do, but at the same time, I think it's cool that he did that or that he was going to do that because you know how they itemize everything. They let you know how much the base cost of the product is, how much in taxes, how much in shipping and handling. They should put on there how much it's going to cost with the tariff. That way you know, hey, it's not Jeff Bezos, it's not Amazon, it's not even our third parties that's jacking up the price. This price is based on the tariffs. I agree and I don't agree because again he can show this is not my fault. At the same time he shouldn't do that because it's kind of petty, and the reason why it's petty is because we all know that things get taxed, but to break it down that detailed and say these are the tariffs, these are the state tax, these are the federal tax, these are the salt tax, state and local taxes, that's, you know, it's kind of petty. But at the same time I agree but I don't, because every company would start doing that and say, well, because of Biden policies, this is why these eggs cost this. Because of Clinton's policies, because of Obama's policies, you don't want to get into the weeds of that. So I agree, but I don't. But the issue is this: instead of Donald Trump and his administration just getting on the phone and calling him and trying to straighten it out and just trying to figure out what's going on, and maybe as a negotiator and a businessman, he can persuade him not to do that. What did he do? He instructed his press secretary to go out and berate the guy.
Hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? And I would also add that it's not a surprise because, as Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm.
Do you see what I'm talking about? She first said, why didn't Jeff Bezos do this, and say, well, the reason why we jacked up the price on these Uno cards is because of Biden's inflation. So you'll have businesses out there itemizing cost and say, this extra 50 cents is due to Biden's inflation. This 35 cents is due to so-and-so's policies. You don't want to do that. But then they went further. They went and tried to scandalize a businessman to say, look, guys, he doesn't build and buy in America. He deals with Chinese government people. But aren't Trump's hats made in China? And damn near every other product that he hawks in the White House made in China? That's what businessmen do. They want to keep their bottom lines low, so they're going to go to the cheapest market to have it produced and sell it in the highest market where they can sell it. The cheapest market of production with quality so far is China and Vietnam. The market that's willing to take the high markups and let Vietnam and China make $35 Jordans and sell them for $800 is the United States. That's capitalism at its finest. Don't blame Jeff Bezos. He's just being what you want him to be, a capitalist. I got two more things. I'm going to leave you alone. Number one, did you see how fast they went out and called Jeff Bezos all kind of dirty little MFers and everything? They did that because they were upset that Bezos was going to put the tariff on the product. Why? Because they don't want you to know that you are paying the tariff. They don't want the White House, Donald Trump, don't want you to know that Amazon and that third-party retailer or whomever it is selling stuff on Amazon is paid for that product, and now they're passing that dollar to you. That's what a tariff is. How many times do we have to show you? How many times do we have to demonstrate? The company that's bringing the stuff in pays the tariff and then adds the tariff to the dollar amount of the particular product. Trump don't want you to know that. He don't want you to see that. That's why they went out and berated the guy. They asked him about something else. They asked him about whether or not he's still negotiating with China, whether they're trying to negotiate some kind of tariff structure or balance so that they can end this tariff war. What was his answer to that?
He was asked about how talks are going with China, and he very quickly said no update there. He did not want to talk, especially around that mystery of whether or not he's spoken with Chinese President Xi.
And I guarantee you, the reason why he did not want to comment on it is because China is playing a different game. The minute he would have said he was talking to people or that his people was talking to people, China was going to release a statement that said he's full of shit. He ain't call us. He ain't talking to us. That's why he don't want to mention it. That's why he don't want to answer the questions. That's why he don't want to talk about it. It's a different game now with Trump. You can't be afraid to call him out on his bullshit. People have been afraid for 8-10 years. China said you got the right one. What do you think?